Good evening, everybody. How are you? We are in the beautiful city of Magnolia, Texas here at their Magnolia Historic Depot Park. And it is here in downtown Magnolia, Texas, where it consists of the antique vintage train station. And it's got the antique train right beside it. And it has a little pavilion next to it. And then it has an old antique barber shop. Looks like it's now a doctor's office. And then you have the little post office over here next to it also. So we're going to take a quick tour of all the interesting sights here inside of this park. Okay, for a little history of this park is that it was built here in 1999, but the original train station was here since 1902, just a few yards of where this park has been. It's actually been reconstructed and it's been moved, but it's not in the exact spot of where it was. It was just a few yards down the road in 1902. And everything has been here as you see it since 1999. Okay, this is the little bitty antique post office. And it does look vintage and original, and it is your furthest building from the park. Okay, we come to the next building here, which looks like an original antique barber shop with a metal roof. And this tiny little house here looks like it has been here well over 100 years. Looks like the original sidewalk, wood deck. You've got your old wood pillars there holding up the roof, and then you have that large wood frame door, original glass. So this is really fascinating. So we're going to get a glimpse here inside of the barber shop. And these are really old seats and tools in there. Looks like from the earlier part of the 20th century. Early 1900s. So this is a really fascinating piece of history here. Here's the old door and the old large window with the big frame on it here, and there's some more antique artifacts in there, some bottles and stuff. This is the antique doctor's office that goes along with the park, resembling the early 1900s. Okay, over here to the right we have a small pavilion. Looks like about 20 or 30 people can be housed in there very easily for a particular event. Okay, and here we have the backside of the Missouri Pacific Railroad station, which has obviously been restored and opened in 1999 here in Magnolia, Texas. Okay, here's a view of the front of the station and the beautiful lawn here. In just a moment we're going to get a glimpse of that antique train back there. Very beautiful park here. This is a really large stone bench right here in front of the depot park, and looks like a really fancy antique gate. And outside and look at a few things here. Okay, this is your historical plaque here. And of course the depot was constructed in 1902 and a few other things added until 1947. So now this belongs to the Magnolia Historical Society. Okay, we're approaching the old historic train station. It's a very large, beautiful yellow building. Looks like an old brick chimney way on top. I don't know how original this building is, but it has been restored. It's been refurbished really nice. Okay, now we're coming up on the old Southern Pacific. I don't know if this is a caboose or a regular car here as part of the vintage train. Okay, this is a rear view, a back view of the train station with a couple of wooden cowboy cutouts there with a large antique saw. So that blade's pretty long. I'd say that thing is over a yard long, maybe probably 2 yards almost. It's a gigantic antique saw. If anybody can recognize what type it is, please let me know. So right down below the train station we have the antique sawmill. So it looks like a really old cutting machine. It's very large and it still has a couple of the belts on it. On the other side, I don't know what kind of tool that is exactly. I know it's not a water well, but it looks like some type of vise or something that will grip something and put nails or puncture some type of really large tool there. It's part of the mill. Okay, we're getting a close-up of the entrance to the train here. Looks like a gigantic steering wheel of some type. So you really can't get inside, but there is a lot of old antique artifacts in here. So this train is probably early 1900s here. Very interesting and fascinating. Okay, here's another view inside of the train from the side window here. And apparently they left this all original on the interior here. So I don't know what kind of train car this is. Don't know if it's exactly a caboose, but there's a seat in there and a radio. The floor looks original with all the other items in there. Okay, now right in front of the old train station here, it looks like we have a replica, an old Hillsborough company Liberty Bell replica. How about that? And obviously this statue here is probably I'd say 2.5 stories tall. So the bell is way up there. It looks like it's complete and it still can ring. So we're gonna go over here next to the blacksmith shed. Okay, another view of the train, Southern Pacific, SP 4717. Okay, we're at the blacksmith building, which is another unique part of the park setup. It's got the old tin roof on top. I don't know how old this structure is. And then we're going back over here to the sawmill, which is behind the station. Okay, right in the back of the park, this looks like an antique loader of some type of trailer. It may go to the train or some other type of vehicle. I really don't know what it is. And then I really couldn't determine what type of tool this was, but it looks like some type of pressure machine, a puncturing machine, that you would lay something in there and it would insert something into it. But it's really old. It looks like around the turn of the 20th century, early 1900s. Now this here looks like a piece of the original track, where this might be the original existing part of the station. I don't know if it's railroad or mining track, but it's got the car on top of it still here. It's got the metal wheels that are still attached to the track. And then over here we have that large engine again. It looks like it has the original old conveyor belts still attached to it. It's a saw blade ran by a gas engine. This is really cool. Also looks like it's part of the early 20th century, early 1900s. Okay, another back view of the old train station. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed our tour today. It was very fun and exciting to visit this here in historic downtown Magnolia, Texas. Thank you everybody for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this outer tour of this beautiful Magnolia Historic Depot Park.